Mensa Christi.
That side, but let's say it's a German Catholic church, Benedictus order over there, and that church is built upon the area, and this church as well, of the harbor of Capernaum. Capernaum is not so far from here, about 2-3 minute drive. But here is where the hot water springs would flow to the Sea of Galilee, and the fish would lay their eggs. And there would be good fishing here in the wintertime, but also in the summertime, but also in the wintertime. That this area would be filled with fish. So here it's believed where Yeshua chose some of his disciples. Also, this area connects to something that we read about in scriptures, and that's the miracle that Jesus performed here. The miracle of feeding the 5,000, or at least the 5,000. At least. We know the story?
11.
Yeah. Is the pastor here?
There.
Oh, okay. You want to read from We're going to read from Mark 6.
Mark 6? Which one?
Mark 6. I think we can try from 33.
33, okay. But the multitude saw them and departing, and many knew him and ran there on foot from all the cities. They arrived before him, and Jesus, when he came out, saw a great multitude and was moved with compassion for them, because they were like sheep, not having a shepherd. So he began to teach them many things. When the day was now far spent, his disciples came to him and said, "This is a deserted place, and already the hour is late. Send them away, that they may go into the surrounding country and villages, and buy themselves bread, for they have nothing to eat." But he answered and said to them, "You give them something yourself." And they said to him, "Shall we go and buy 200 denarii worth of bread and give them something to eat?" But he said to them, "How many loaves do you have? Go and see." And when they found out that they have five and two fish, then he commanded them to make them all sit down in groups on the green grass. So they sat down in ranks, in hundreds and in 50s. And when he had taken the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up into heaven, blessed and broke the loaves, and gave them to his disciples to set before them. And the 2 fish he divided among them all. So they all ate and were filled. And they took up 12 baskets full of fragments and of the fish. Now those who had eaten the loaves were about 5,000 men.
Thank you. Then, before the Shabbat day, the Sabbath day, the Saturday, and the Jewish holiday, we bless the wine for entering this day in a happier, more spiritual matter, because the wine that enters makes you physically happy and spiritually. After that, we take the bread, which is a symbol of food, right? It's food, but it's the essence, it's the origin of food. And we break it, dip it in the salt of the earth, and give it around. This is a symbol, and the head of the family, father gives it. This is a symbol of uniting the people together. A Jew back then would never sit with a non-Jew around and have a meal, because that's a symbol of uniting, and there was the difference between Jews and Gentiles. But here, from the time of Yeshua, it's all changed. Jews and Gentiles were sitting together, gathering together. Even Peter in Caesarea, we're going to talk about it, was summoned by Cornelius, right? He entered his house. Jews would never do that. Yeah? something changed over here. Yeshua united them all, Jews and Gentiles, as one. And if there was any bad blood before that, it's all forgotten. So Yeshua here, by this meal, is uniting these people one under his wing, under Christianity. After the crucifixion and resurrection, Yeshua, Jesus, revealed himself on the third time. It's believed that it was here. Now think about the disciples. Why are they here? They have a mission to do. To spread out the gospel, spread out the word of Yeshua. What did they do? They returned back to their work as fishermen. And not very good ones, because they caught nothing. Felt probably worthless, useless after the betrayal, after the denial, leaving Yeshua by himself alone against the mob. Were we to be worth of anything? And they went back to their work, tried to fish, caught nothing. And all of the sudden, Yeshua from the shore called upon them, saying, "Go to the net of the other side." They recognized the voice. They did it, and how many fish did they catch? 153. 153. The number is accurate, right? What is this number? Where is it from? Why? As everything in the Bible has a meaning. You just have to look for it. Back then, it was believed in the university in Alexandria in Egypt that there were 153 types of fish in the world. 153. So here they caught 153. They caught all of the types in the world. Freshwater, saltwater. That's a miracle that happened here. You don't have 150 types of fish here. Back then maybe you had back in the sea, back then you had about 12 types or something like that. All of a sudden he caught 153 types of fish over here, which is a miracle, and also comes to show you that without Jesus, you have nothing. With him, you have the whole world. And after that, what happened? They had very much trouble to bring the fish to the shore, and he went and he made them food. He made them food. Believed inside the church. There's a rock, Mensa Christi. Over there, they made the fish and bread. It says also he broke bread over there. So what did Yeshua actually do here? He gathered his soldiers back together, gave them a wake-up call, slapped them a bit, telling them, guys, come on, we're united as one. Whatever happened was supposed to happen. From here, we start anew. From here, you guys have a mission to do. And you see that it worked out. They understood the hint and whatever took place here. And after that, they're free on their way for the mission.
After these things, Jesus showed himself again to the disciples at the Sea of Tiberias. And in this day he showed himself to Simon Peter, Thomas, called the twin, Nathanael of Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and 2 others of his disciples were together. Simon Peter said to them, "I am going fishing." They said to him, "We are going with you also." They went out and immediately got into the boat, and that night they caught nothing. But when the morning had now come, Jesus stood on the shore, yet the disciples did not know that it was Jesus. Then Jesus said to them, "Children, have you any food?" They answered him, "No." And he said to them, "Cast the net on the right side of the boat, and you will find some." So they cast, and now they were not able to draw it in, because of the multitude of fish. Therefore that disciple, whom Jesus loved, said to Peter, "It is the Lord." Now when Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on his outer garment, for he had removed it, and plunged into the sea. But the other disciples came in the boat, for they were not far from land, but about 200 cubits, dragging the net with fish. Then as soon as they had come to land, they saw a fire of coals there, and fish laid on it, and bread. Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish which you have just caught." Simon Peter went up and dragged the net to land, full of large fish, 153. And although they were so many, the net was not broken. Jesus said to them, "Come and eat breakfast." Yet none of the disciples dared ask him, "Who are you?" knowing that it was the Lord. Jesus then came and took the bread and gave it to them, and likewise the fish. This is now the third time Jesus showed himself to his disciples after he was raised from the dead. So when they had eaten breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Feed my lambs." He said to him again a second time, "Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Tend my sheep." He said to him the third time, "Simon, son of Jonah, do you love me?" Peter was grieved because he said to him the third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep. Most assuredly I say to you, when you were younger, you were girded yourself and walked where you wish. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and another will gird you and carry you where you do not wish." This he spoke, signifying by what death he would glorify God. And when he had spoken this, he said to him, "Follow me."
Laman tubig.
Pakita mo. Ayan, water from pebbles from the Sea of Galilee.